One we don't see at all.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So obviously we always because obviously before we got into it, next time just want to go. What can you do? The rest are fine though, I would say.
So 1 out of 8.
1 out of 8.
That's a good ratio, isn't it? Because you want a bad one, just improve.
There you go.
Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage of Leeds United Women versus Yorkshire Amateur Women. It's the West Riding County Cup this afternoon and a chance for Leeds United to progress in a cup competition that they came so close to winning last year. Before we get into all that, we can go through the two teams as the groups just shake hands, prepare for kickoff in Tadcaster. So Leeds United Women are with Carrie Simpson, Savannah Robson, Catherine Hamill, Izzy Elliott, Olivia Smart, Kanisha Underdown, Paige Williams, Danielle Witham, Jess Russo, Abby Brown and Sandra May Martins. It's also a team with the bench of Leona Price, Rachel Hindle, Amy Woodruff and Macy Elliott. It's then Stewart in goal for Yorkshire Amateur FC Women, and then Cromark, Hopton, Ray Ellis, Asher Garbett, Kapia, he's good Kapia should I say, Murphy, Fozzard and McKenna. It's then Darley, Fayagar, Aju, Muscroft, Flaherty and Wardle. The teams having their photos as per usual, but a change in the commentary box this afternoon. Delighted to be joined by Rebecca Bass for the first time on our coverage, and the captain today, well, I don't take it personally, would rather be on the pitch. Rebecca, good afternoon, thank you for joining us. You are injured today. Just want to tell the listeners today what the problem will be, and firstly, how are you?
Yeah, no, brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I did my ACL when we played against Stoke in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago. So did ACL, MCL, meniscus. So there's not really much attached anymore. Just waiting for an operation. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll get that done and then back screaming on the pitch, hopefully.
If you're going to do it, you might as well do them all.
Well, that's what I keep saying to everyone. If I'm going to be out for a year, I may as well snap them all, and there's no point having anything left in there, is there?
Well, fingers crossed that operation goes well, and of course, hopefully, if you are back with us alongside us, we can enjoy a few more victories. And today, Leeds United will be expected to get a victory against Yorkshire Amateur Women. It's a couple of divisions at least between the two teams, and Leeds looking for, I won't say revenge, but a learning lesson after losing last year's final to Brighouse Town on penalties. And a strong team named by Rick Passmore today, Rebecca, one that's got plenty of experience against playing together. A couple of new names that maybe our viewers haven't seen, Jess Russo last few weeks, but a good win last time out, so we're expecting a performance on the front foot.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's nice in the cup games. Obviously we get some of the players who maybe aren't had as many minutes to kind of get their chance to go and prove to the manager and prove to the fans who are watching that they can play at this level. So it's nice for them to get those minutes and just get the momentum going. We want to be winning games. We want to take it into the league, no matter who we play against. So to get that going is absolutely brilliant. So hopefully they can prove it and go and show what they're made of.
Yeah, fingers crossed. As the players now just prepare their final team talk. And Abby Brown, who was in fine form last time out with a hat-trick, will take the kick-off today. And number 9 for Leeds will lead the line. We should be Martins on the left edge, Russo on the right. We believe the midfield three, if Rick Passmore is as reliable as he normally is, will be with them, Underdown and Williams. And it is Underdown that goes long early doors through the middle.
We like going up top.
Yeah, and it's a strong challenge at the start. It's always good for the forwards to get an early touch of the ball, and conditions at Tadcaster sometimes do require you to go a little bit longer. It can be quite hard work, but players will be trying to get the ball down. There's a different centre-back partnership again this year. We normally had Bridie Hannon and Catherine Hamill seem to be stuck together for the last couple of years, how often they played with each other, but a different partnership today. Izzy Brown just gives the ball away while trying to play the ball to Smart, and now Yorkshire Amateur Women can attack down the right edge, and a floating ball in. It's easy work for Simpson after a cross from Maria McKenna, and an early mistake there from Brown. It's something that I'm sure she'll recover from quickly, but I think the visitors will be pretty happy with that start. Yeah,
definitely. I don't think they probably thought they'd get that, but keeping us high up on the pitch, it's one of those, like you say, early mistakes. Just get them out, get the bad passes out, and move forward with it. Izzy's not played for a while, to be honest. She's been injured with an ankle injury. She's played for under 23s and stuff, but it's nice to get her back in the first team. She's a good young kid, so she's got a lot of talent, so I'll move forward with that.
Yeah, it's a different ballgame, isn't it, when you're playing at youth level, and then to come into the first team. It's always good to blow the cobwebs off with the long ball forward and try to pick out Brown, and she does so. She'll beat the offside shot. Now Brown tries to set herself, it bobbles at the wrong time. And if I was Abby Brown, I'd blame the floor. It just seemed to go away from at the last second. But take the positives, Rebecca. It was a good ball over the top, a good first touch as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Abby's brilliant at that. And Danny Spud, she's got a great delivery on her. So when she's pulling up for that one, you know exactly where you want to be going. And last week, Abby finished a great few chances. So I think she will definitely be playing it on the pitch, and I've got to give her a bit of credit. I think I would be as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not the greatest sometimes.
Yeah, just anything to blame yourself.
Absolutely,
yourself. As Leeds concede a throw on the far touchline at Tadcast at the Global Stadium. So Yorkshire Amateur Women in their league have at least been in good form. This would be a great occasion for them to play against Leeds. They've won 8 in 10. And they're second in the West Riding County Women's Football League Premier Division. It's a tongue twister and a half. Leeds in the Women's National League Division 1 5th, which is not painting the true picture, because Leeds United Women, as we'll speak about that later in the game, are often sidetracked by the cups. And I say that with respect as well, because it's good to have the option to try and win some trophies, but league form, Leeds are trailing in terms of games played. So it's good today to get the hit out, hopefully get a good win, plenty of goals scored, and then get back to a regular league pattern, because it's this time of year it's about to get very, very busy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you say, we like playing in cups, we like doing well in cups, but you don't have that momentum in league games. You want to be winning your league games and kind of getting up to the top. Like you said, I think we sit 5th, but I think we've got 4 or 5 games in hand, so if we do win those and go about it quietly, we could get anywhere. So after this week and next week, we'll focus on the league and try and get back to that and keep in the focus for that.
Yeah, Leeds just getting back defensively. It hasn't been a rampant start from Rick Passmore's side, but only one cross to worry about inside the early stages as Yorkshire Amateur Women win the flick on for their header, and Brown will back up Catherine Hamill. That should be a Leeds toe as well, and she's done very well to get goal side. Yorkshire Amateur player just trying to hit the referee with the decision for the free kick. And
you've got to give it, haven't you? I try it all the time, so I've got to.
I've seen you try it.
Yeah. Sometimes I get away with it.
Catherine Hamill in possession, and she will go back to Carrie Simpson, who might not have too much work to do today. They'll make a change for that game against Arsenal. She was absolutely brilliant that day.
Yeah, brilliant.
Carrie Simpson, and it's been a position that for the Leeds Women, a couple of different personnel used in there, but Carrie Simpson seems to have got the jersey for now. That's a beautiful ball, and now Jess Russo has a chance, sets herself, keeper smothers, and it will trickle in. The deflection goes Leeds' way, and they open the scoring. Take the look at the bounce. That pass over the top, inch perfect, and Jess Russo attacked it first time, placed it. Isn't too happy maybe with the miss. Could have been a bit more passionate at the celebration. All that matters though, Rebecca, is it's 1-0.
Absolutely, and do you know what? Credit to the keeper in that first instance. She's come out, made herself big, but Jess has got the finishing. As you can see, that ball is unbelievable. Spud's got that in her locker all the time. I think it just takes a little bobble and then finishes it off there, yeah. Yeah,
it looks if it's Georgia Ray Ellis who has scored it, so I will sympathise with Jess Russo. That's why she didn't go mental.
Yeah.
I don't think it was her goal.
I think I'd be taking it if I was that far up.
So it is an area that we've seen Leeds go twice now, that long ball over the top. I think Danielle Witham, so in the first season I've watched her in the Leeds shirt, she's been such a live wire in the middle of the park. She's got great speed to help out. Leeds just been caught out here. Yorkshire Amateur coming forward, and it's a really good finish near post, and they've pulled the goal back. And delighted scenes for Yorkshire Amateur Women. They're absolutely buzzing with that, because they're a team that's expected to lose this tie. But as you see, Rebecca fall asleep and they score.
And unfortunately, you go into some games like this expecting the win, and that's really where this team, the Yorkshire Amateurs, can come and give us a game, to be honest, because it seems like a few of the players have got that in the mindsets at the minute, which is not good. We need to get that out and get the early mistakes away. Seems like they want talking at the back there. Great finish to be fair to her. But yeah, we need to get rid of that. We can't be conceding anymore.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the replay of that, Izzy Brown, the last throw-in was in the best position. Don't know if this is the second time around she got the call to go a bit further forward, but that might be the wake-up call Leeds need, just to try and switch on a little bit.
And sometimes you shouldn't need the wake-up, but sometimes you do. Just given away there by Izzy. We just need to clear it up at the back, I think. It's, like I've said before, Tad's not, unfortunately, at the minute, the carpet pitch that you want to be playing nice football on. We need to get the ball out and get it into those wide areas for the wingers to hopefully create a few more chances.
Suarez Martins goes backwards, and it's a floated ball out widely. He's just giving the ball away and just taking their eye off the prize there. A simple pass out wide was suffice, but just couldn't be played into the right back spot. And Sana Robson's out there today, a player that had to sit on the bench for a few weeks this season. We've had Hindle at right back this year, I think has done really well in the games we've had. That's because of your injuries you've had. And maybe taking Leeds maybe 10 or 15 minutes to set. Can't always start games well, but I think the important thing is they've got the goal, they know they can break this team down. I think it's more a case of, you just mentioned it yourself, is not overlooking them and thinking you're just going to walk them over.
Absolutely, and I think it happens in any game of football, doesn't it? If you're playing against somebody who's a few leagues below, you kind of do expect to go out there and get the win, the easy win, and that is really the problem, because they'll come and I said it earlier, this for them is us against Arsenal. This is their cup final in anything, so they're going to come and give 150% and try and win every ball. But that's where we need to go out and show our mentality and show the difference in class, I suppose, not taking it away from them, but just the difference in class, to say we are who we are and we are where we are, that we need to go and perform and create some more chances and unfortunately get out of our own half. We've been in our own half for quite a while, which is not a good start.
7.5 minutes gone. Underdown wins their header to clear the ball away. It's straight back down the throat of Karen Simpson, but nothing for her to worry about, so much so that she can just play it to Izzy Brown, who gets the shout from Catherine Hamill to make her way forward in her own time. Paige Williams just had dropped deep there for a different angle, ignored by Hamill to keep things ticking over. Daniel Witham is getting so much joy, in fact, as you can see her now, just peeling away. Nobody's tracking her. Yorkshire Amateurs do seemingly have relatively low block, not too intense, but rigid positions. The midfielders are staying put, nobody moving too out of place. They are on the attack now, though, the visitors, and running forward with real pace. Paige Williams gets back. Williams again with a challenge. Advantage is not needed. Referee tells us the Yorkshire Amateur players to get to her feet, but the shot's going to come in from range. Simpson, easy work in the end, but Fozzard going for goal, and you can just see they're bang up for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, they shouldn't be getting to that position. That should have been cleared a long time ago. Easy for Carrie, to be honest, but again, we should not be anywhere near there. We should be playing this game in their half, so we need to turn it around and get them out, to be honest.
Brown goes back to Underdown, with them for now just taking a breather in midfield, up towards Russo. Back to Williams. She's got caught under her feet, but she still did well to get it out there. Witham goes over the top again, and a bit too easy to read, and very simple save for the Yorkshire Amateurs goalkeeper Emily Stewart, and she will take the time to get a cloud out and try and clear downfield. It's decent enough clearance. Underdown for a second time wins their header. She's going to have the task, Rebecca, of shielding this defence, and she'll hope to not have to do that. It's more about recycling possession as the cross comes in from Williams. Beautiful ball, but not to any Leeds United shirt. But yeah, Kenesha May Underdown would like to have the task of being like a quarterback today. Get the ball, pass it wide, sit deep and direct.
Absolutely, yeah. Take all the credit from where she's going, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So so far, Daniel Witham is the one that has dropped deep. We haven't seen much of Olivia Smart getting forward. That's about to change.
There we go. That's unlucky.
Smart can't get to the ball, but it's just been a steady start really for Leeds. I've certainly seen the team start worse than this.
Yeah, we do.
It's been a strange start.
Yeah, our problem is sometimes after half time as well, we come out and it's like we've never played football before. So after about 5 minutes, we kind of relax it down, and it does feel like that at the minute. And I suppose there will be some nerves. There's, like I said before, there's quite a few players on there who've not played for a while. So all you want to do is impress, don't you? You want to come out and get as much credit for what you're doing. So get those nerves out the way. Hopefully in the next couple of minutes we can just pin them back and start creating a few more chances.
It has been a strange start because, again, the goal was a classy ball over the top and had a chance beforehand, so certainly nothing to be too panicked about as Smart gets across. Important block to stop Fozzard. Tanya Fozzard, the goal scorer of Yorkshire Amateur Women's goal inside the 6 minutes, seconds after Ray Ellis's own goal. She's just in midfield alongside Peacefood Kapia, and she waits for the throw from Sarah Cromack, who decided against the original option, and maybe that has been her undoing because Suarez Martins attacks and comes away with possession. She runs into trouble, beats into it again by Fozzard, and the deflection from Witham was important. Got scrappy out there, but Leeds just trying to take control. That is what Underdown will do.
Yeah, she's done well there, hasn't she?
Really,
she's got it relaxed, hasn't she? It seems like nobody wants the ball at the minute because it's just bobbling about everywhere.
Yeah, I think she's a player that, again, is normally in there to do that. She's more, from what I can see as well, you know, you'll know her a lot better than me. She's really good at breaking play up.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And she's very composed on the ball. She's got a great sense of gravity as well. She can keep the ball close and keep it down. There.
Brown takes it away from Fozzard. Down again forward. So has to go forward to Brown. Brown tried to ride the challenge and has managed to do so. She's got deceiving pace, Abby Brown, and she will take it towards the byline. It's stopped by Ray Ellis, who clears it out for a corner. But a bit more direct from Leeds, but an approach that still worked all the same.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We need to think of different games of play, don't we? Because after about 20 minutes they might realise that the long ball's the way that we're going, and might step a bit higher. But like you say about Abby Brown's pace, she should be doing well enough to kind of beat the offside trap and beat them in behind, and fingers crossed she can get a goal from it.
Brown tried to whip it in near post. It's just bounced before that and gone behind. So a frustration for the Leeds United number 9, who's had one chance so far, but hat-trick from last week, and confidence will be flowing. She's another one that's had to be out wide this year at times. We've had other players that start through the middle. And it's a team there today that's has mixed it and matched it in certain positions. I know Williams was last year out wide. Yep. Speaking to her in the first game that she did for LUTV, she prefers the ball, you know, in the middle of the park, trying to dictate play. So she's got her wish today.
Yep.
And so far, just a steady start for Yorkshire Amateur Women. They'll be the one that are certainly happier with it as we get into the 14th minute. Smart wins the first contact.
Good pressure there, nicely.
Yeah, desperately unlucky, is it?
Yeah, massively.
Nutmegs her. She deserved more from that. Underdown's just misjudged the flight of the ball, and Yorkshire Amateur Women smash it clear up towards Fozzard, who in turn gets it further wide to Murphy. But too easy that for Leeds, and to deal with it. Again, a reminder of the bench. It's Price, Hindle, Woodruff and Ellis. So we've seen Woodruff and Ellis and Hindle be 3 regular starters. So if Leeds need to get some extra pace off the bench, we have got some experience there. They'll hope that isn't needed.
Yeah, we hopefully get the job done before we need to bring them on. Like I said before, give those girls who had as many minutes, more minutes, and hopefully they can get the win before we need to do that.
As far as Martin's determined run, nobody was at the near post for her, but she deserved to get somebody attacking it. Brown was deep, and because of that she wins the ball back for Leeds. Fozzard keeps it and gives the ball away for a throw, and it's always hard to judge a team inside the first 15 minutes, but usually you can look at opposition. I'm sure you as a player will look, and you know, anyone that you don't know before you can identify, but we're looking at Tanya Fozzard. She got the goal, but she seems to be the classy operator in the group.
Absolutely, yeah. The one that's standing out as the other team. Yeah, she looks like when she gets the ball, she wants to press and she wants to get high and wants to create chances, which is a nightmare to play against, because they're the ones who you look and think you're probably going to get something out of this for your team. So credit to her. She's probably going to run quite a lot for them, and create probably a few more chances than we'd rather have.
Yeah, she was the one that was causing problems there. Leeds, by hook or by crook, get it clear, and just sheer determination from Leeds to not give anything up has helped them get a throw. It was a great challenge by Kanisha May Underdown in the middle.
Yeah, my kind of challenge.
Yeah, full-blooded.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And one of those where she probably didn't need to go to ground, but it was one of those where she decided it early. I think once you decided, you do it.
Yeah, you've got to commit. Otherwise you're going to injure yourself, I think.
Yeah, Smart.
Meg's there from Olivia.
Takes the ball on, wins a corner, just what you want from your full-back. That's what Olivia Smart's game is, and she wins the set piece for Leeds. 15 and a half gone, and it is still 1 apiece. If you're listening and joining us just about now on LUTV, own goal for Yorkshire Amateur Women to give Leeds the lead in the 5th minute. They responded through Fozzard in the 6th. So lively starts in Tadcaster. Smart digs out the corner, floating ball in, met straight away by Leeds, and it's perhaps an injury there. I think it's Rousseau that's gone to ground. I think she was one that headed the ball as well, and she's just come off second best, maybe landed awkwardly, and it seems to me that she was trod on back down the back of the ankle.
Didn't she, at the back?
Well, that's going to hurt, but the delivery wasn't the worst. It was attacking. It was there to be a met. Jess Rousseau did meet it. Sadly, it wasn't goal bound.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we can definitely work on as a team, set pieces. Some of the deliveries on the ball that we've got in the team are just absolutely brilliant. Olivia and Danby. Danby's not there today, but her delivery from corners is just amazing, and we don't really score many from set pieces. So that's maybe one thing we can improve on. Get us a few more goals, maybe.
Fingers crossed. That's what route past more can unlock, especially with a long time left of this season.
Absolutely, yeah. Fingers crossed.
So you've got another game in midweek to come, and one in March as well. That's when you know this fixture list is building up, when the games come thick. And we had the instance last year, we played Bradford twice in a week. That game at 4 Parks, that was a lively affair. Yeah,
that was nice and lively. We like a derby.
Yeah, that was...
there's nothing nice about a derby.
I think if my memory is correct, that was when Kenesha Mayenderdown decided to score one of her worldies that she scored last
she did,
year.
I think she scored 2, you know.
Yeah, 2, I think was it 2 in a row or 2 in 3 weeks?
Yeah, we all took the mick and said that they were winded assisted, but she was having none of it.
Yeah, it
but
was...
no, brilliant goals, yeah.
The 4 Parks day seemed to me that was the bad weather day with the wind and the rain.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst weather conditions of football I've ever played in. We had every single one within a space of about 10 minutes. And it was just one of those where you were sat thinking, please end, please finish this. And I don't normally like that, but yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, Leeds came through that time. As I said, this is the cup competition. They got to the final last year, so momentum is there with them if they can get through the next few rounds. Underdown was looking for Brown again. It was the right idea, just couldn't execute it. Murphy's another one that's caught the eye with her pace. She's got to the ball first ahead of Robson. Now she's turning inside. Robson just tries to put her off, and it's that nudge that's done it. The referee rather let the game flow, and Savannah Robson did just about enough, Rebecca, not to foul, but to take her off a stride path. Yeah,
it's a difficult one, that, obviously, from being a fullback. You want to win the ball, but you need to realise that if they fall into you or you nudge them a little bit, you can be giving anything away from free kicks to penalties, and you don't want to be doing that, especially at 1-1. So she did do really well just to stand on her feet and just to keep her at bay, and it got cleared up nicely by Kath Hamill in the end.
Williams was the one setting the attack there. Another delivery into the box was dangerous. She's won it back again as Witham goes for goal. Digs the ball out really nicely. Just too much loft on this occasion. But different that from Williams, because it wasn't like the routine sort of cross in. You're facing away from goal, but decent delivery as well. It caused Yorkshire Amateur Women to clear it. And a little bit scrappy, but it's dominant enough. Recycling and then try to have the shot.
Yeah, and like you say, it is dominant. They're getting their chances, aren't they? But we seem to have a lot of the ball, and we're trying to create the chances and get a hold on it, to be honest, which is maybe difficult on Tad, but we'll try his best.
Goal kick out from Stewart, not the best. Martins pounces now to Brown, who will look to try and get the shot away to the near post, and it's tough for Abby Brown. She skies the ball over the top, but not happy maybe with the contact and a potential foul. An area where Leeds can exploit the weakness, and I mean
it's a tough angle there, and it's just
tough.
Taking herself. Yeah. I don't think I'd be expecting a goal from that, but Sandra's done well to win that, and Abby's pushed hard. But no, she's done well. But like I said, the angle's a little bit off for her.
I think with that as well, still got to shoot, haven't you? Even though she forced herself wide, you can't turn around when you're in that area.
Yeah, and like you say, a striker, they've got that instinct, haven't they? They just want to score goals. So she's probably scored a few in a time that the angle probably weren't on her side. So you've got to give it a go and get the momentum and your confidence to go and get a goal.
Smart takes control. First time for a while, Leeds have just been able to assess the field from deep and just play a pass. Smart back to Hamill. And early again over the top, and it's just stopped by Reales. And as you say, you took the words out of my mouth, because it was. I was hoping you were going to say something as well, because it's one of those passes where you just think, is it going to get there?
Yeah.
Abby Brown is not happy at something further down the field, but it was perfectly weighted, a little bit less spin, and Russo's got a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one, as a defender, you just got to sit and watch and admire, because we don't get them that often. The centre mids are always doing it, but as a defender, you've just got to say, yeah, you lot go and run, I'm going to stand here and look at that for a minute.
Abby Brown, I think her actual issue was she didn't know if she was in charge of corners. The answer is a yes so far for the second. She's also got to be a pitch side assistant. Not once but twice. She's not very good at it.
No.
Just get back to being a corner taker. Not a very constructive. I like how no one's helping.
No, the ref's just looking at her like, I don't really know what he wants her to do.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to say, if I was Abby Brown, I'd just throw it.
I think after the first time I'd have just thrown at me, I'd have, spat my dummy out.
So Brown will take it. The last one was too close to near post. Second time again, and delivery disappointing.
I think she'd have blamed that on the corner flag.
Yeah, referee will now go to assist, and I mean that is one area that I have seen Abby Brown take set pieces, but on a normal day in this job, I look at the team sheet and I go, oh, it's okay, Sarah Danby's taking it.
Yeah.
And we know Olivia Smart's on the other side, so you know it's a left-footed, clearly the in-swinging set pieces preferred.
Yeah, and like I said, we do work on those, but like you say, Sarah Danby normally takes those for us, and has got a peach of a cross on her. But again, I'm not blaming the pitch, I'm not using excuses, but it is sometimes very difficult to get the ball up and over on a pitch like this, because you're probably in a mole hole in that corner somewhere.
Russo takes a touch, a good touch as well. Now can she set herself? Just too powerful for Brown. The idea was right. Brown had peeled away. Yorkshire Amateur Women got caught looking at the ball and smothering to the near post. And I wouldn't say Leeds are dominating fully, but now it's a case of we've seen Yorkshire Amateur Women struggle to get past halfway. They're losing possession, and it's now like a churn of attacks now for Leeds.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that you want to get. You want to get the momentum into it, but now we need to focus on getting the chances and putting the chances away, because you can have all the possession in the world, but if you're not going to score, there's no point having it. So build it up. Sometimes you've got to say, obviously with being the captain, some of the team talks, you've got to say pretty football is not the way to play on some pitches. You need to just grind a result out. They've done well there though. They've kept the ball and just.
Yeah, Williams having the shot. That was probably the best build-up we've had for a while.
Yeah. Olivia Smart made a great run inside. Nice one-touch football. But sometimes the shot's just not there at the end, is it? Yeah,
probably the first time they've not gone long for a while, where they've actually tried to play through the middle. Yorkshire Amateur Women were a bit slow to react, and Williams decided that her best option was to shoot from range, but execution was off. But again, she'll get more chances, I'm sure, to make amends, as it remains at one apiece. So it's a lively start for Yorkshire Amateur Women. We mentioned earlier about this is their Arsenal. We're a few weeks past that. We were talking before the game, Rebecca, about what that meant to you as a player, the group as well, and the scoreline didn't go our way, which was expected, but you can understand why you've been in their shoes today, what
Absolutely,
it means to them, and going back to say that they've been able to play against Leeds United.
Yeah, definitely. We all said, obviously, before the Arsenal game, that was our cup final, that was where we wanted to go and experience those kind of things. There's a lot of girls in the team who've not experienced the whole event of it, not just the game of football, but to play against some of those players who've got European Championship medals, a lot of them are internationals, and that was just a great experience for the football, never mind the overnight stay that we went on, and that kind of group togetherness was absolutely brilliant. So like you say, the result wasn't what we wanted, but unfortunately Arsenal are full-time women, and they've got, like I say, a lot of internationals. That's what they do as a career, and we train twice a week, so to go down there and get a result was probably quite an ask, but I was very proud of the girls. I went in at half time and said to them, we're doing really well, we're not letting them create as much as we thought that they would do, and then I think second half we got maybe tired and lost focus a little bit, which is again completely understandable, but you couldn't take anything away from the girls. The manager said at the end, you've made everybody proud, the club, the fans, your families and each other, and that was nice because everyone has done. Like I say, the result didn't look great, but to people who kind of know women's football, they understand the difficulty of us going down there was massive.
It certainly was a great day as well. As I say, you got that far in the competition. It's certainly, I'm sure, given you all a taste for what you want to experience as a group more often going forward. A few more promotions to get you on your way. And these sort of cup games, I mean, maybe motivation would be an issue. You've got to get the job done. Russo has tried to do that. It's a good touch as well. Now, can she finish? Good effort. Equally good save as well.
Great save.
And I liked how what Jess Russo did. She just took a split second there to set herself and get ready. Yes, the finish didn't come, but I think if she'd have hit it originally, she'd have been off balance. Great
ball from Kenisha in there as well. Yeah, she took the touch and like you said, she took it away from the defender. The gap closed going into the goal, but she's taken it away from the defender and she's done very well. Keeper again made herself big and come out for that. So she's done well there.
Smart to take the set piece. Russo had come short. Smart delivers the ball in. It's another one that's just begging to be attacked. Hamill was in there. It wasn't her header, it was Brown's. With them, as she always does, rolls it under the studs perfectly well. Back to Russo. Looks like she's going to go for goal. Slices it a little bit. In doing so, I thought she could have picked out Cav Hamill, but not to be.
I think in that situation, when you're a forward and you've just come to a club, you want to go and impress, don't you? You want to get your first goal. And as a striker, I think they're always going to shoot from there. I definitely would have been crossing it because I didn't know where it had been going in. But you've got to give it a go, I suppose. Have the confidence in yourself and believe in it that you can have a go and get the goal.
I've seen you take a penalty. I wouldn't be so harsh on yourself. I'd just hit it next time you get close.
Well, I thrive off them ones. Maybe not a shot from outside the box.
Just imagine a dot on the floor outside. Give you that inspiration. It's,
next time, when I'm back playing, I'll just have a shot from anywhere. Pretend it's the penalty spot.
Olivia Smart picks up possession. It's towards Underdown, who importantly gets there first because Yorkshire Amateur Women had set a bit of a trap there for Leeds and were ready to pounce, but not to be. Smart tries to turn it towards Brown, and Brown expertly times her run. Her first touch, though, just a little bit light. And Brown back with the header. It's Izzy Brown. Good, brave play from Danielle Witham, who is one of those players that when she's on the ball, driving runner, but she's another midfielder that seems to crave a nasty challenge. And so far, she's had more of a passing role in this team.
Yeah, me and Danielle have grown up with each other, playing from the age of like 6, I think it was, for like Leeds Academy, and we used to have competitions who could make the biggest tackle. So I think we still do now. At the end of the game, we look and see who's the muckiest, and it's like whoever is wins. Yeah,
Daniel Witham is often a kit's often a different colour when she comes off the pitch. That when you know as a midfielder you've worked hard so far.
Absolutely.
She is as clean as she first entered the fray, because again she's had a little chance to put a tackle in. This time she puts the ball into the area. It's an awkward one. Williams was arriving late. It'll fall towards Russo. Lays it towards Suarez Martins, who again she is not helped by that bobble, and it just pops up at the wrong time. 29 minutes gone. It's one apiece. And what would you think Rick Passmore is thinking? Disappointment? So? What we're thinking?
Yeah, I think disappointment. I think you've got to play the game in front of you, haven't you? And I think sometimes when you play against a team who maybe aren't as high up or aren't as good, you kind of drop to that level. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I know it myself as a player. Rick won't be impressed. They're trying to create the right things, but it's just not coming off. And he'll know that they are trying that, but he's a man of many emotions. So I'm sure they'll see that at half time.
Yeah, Russo's ball in. Yorkshire Amateur Women deal with it just about. It wasn't where they wanted to be at first. They had to go backwards. Again, it was Witham's long ball. She's hit 3 of those, and they've been on the money every time. Here is Izzy Brown towards Underdown, who's going to get Olivia Smart start working harder than she should do, and she's not happy with that pass.
Nope.
And you can understand why. And
yeah, you can see the idea. You can see what she's trying to do, but it just didn't come off, unfortunately. And like you say, Olivia's face told us all the same.
She's not one to have her emotions.
She's absolutely not, no.
That is what I've learned from commentating on Leeds Women over the years. Leeds concede a throw. Olivia Smart will have to get back at goal side and get set. Amateur Women, I won't say they're going through the motions, they're just making sure things are hard work, aren't they, at the back? There's nothing pretty from them going forward the last 10 minutes. They were certainly more effective in the first 15, but we know they're alive in this fight. We've seen them score the goal, we've seen them being very clinical as well. Not only did they score with their first shot, it's been their only shot. Izzy Brown tries to get the ball away. She backed out of her original decision to head it backwards. In the end, it works for Leeds, but that clearance to Witham was more of a pass, so it's nice and composed from Izzy Brown. And now Suarez Martins goes to Witham. She's better from Leeds on the front foot. Daniel Witham does what she does best, driving with the ball forward, just mishits that pass. She's been the opposite to what she's done in the game so far. And that is where Yorkshire Amateur Women have more players. There is a midfield bunch of them. There's only a couple up front that are staying forward. One of them is Ellie Murphy on the ball now, and the other one has been Tanya Fozzard. The rest are all behind the ball.
And that's probably how we kind of expected them to play. You know, they had the first 5 minutes where they were pressing high and wanted to be in our half, but unfortunately for Leeds it's going to be difficult now because they probably have not parked the bus, but they've kind of taken that more defensive role, just so they don't concede and they can kind of keep in the game for as long as possible. Great feat from Abby Brown there.
Brown has got through and the shot comes in. Suarez Martins is cross. Abby Brown had to go sideways rather than forward at first. That was actually to her advantage because she got it onto her left. We know that's her strongest. It's just good defending. It's desperate defending, but it worked.
Massively, and the keeper again, she's done well. She's got down low and managed to get a foot on that to give us a corner. But again, Abby Brown's feet were brilliant in there. She's got very quick feet. Smart. Horrible for a defender.
Smart gets the ball in. Keeper comes out. It's a good header from Brown. Keeper not the tallest, and that is where Leeds can exploit. Williams takes it onto her right foot, trying to play it to Witham. We didn't see the Yorkshire Amateur player coming. That's good work from Witham because they wanted to go quick. Williams gets back. There is the Witham tackle that finally flies in. And Leeds have made life very awkward for them, but they have managed to get forward here at Yorkshire Amateur Women, and it is with Murphy. Again, Robson is just trying to put her off. It's worked for now. Kath Hamill gets across. Still they're coming forward, and Underdown gets there in the nick of time. If she didn't, Rebecca, we had a one-on-one.
Massively, yeah. And I've got to back Carrie. She's a very good goalkeeper, but on a striker's day, you never know what they're going to do. So Kanisha did really well to get in that shape there to come back and like you said before, not foul her in that kind of area. You're a bit hasty, aren't you? You don't want to be putting any pressure on for the ref to make a decision. So she's done well to get in the right shape to get that one back to Carrie.
Russo turned inside twice. It's good work now. Wanted to set herself for the shot. Wasn't confident. Witham is, though. She will go for it. Keeper just bounces awkwardly for the goalkeeper, Ebony Stewart, and she's dealt with it. Third save in a row she's had to make. And, well, for a second, I thought that might have been bouncing in, but...
Yeah, it did look like it. It looked a bit dodgy, didn't it? But she seems to have... Yeah, she watched it. I think that dodgy bounce again from Tad has nearly killed them off.
Yeah, I think... She was expecting a very routine save, and she had to be extremely quick reactions to get towards that ball. We've got a change of corner taker. It is taken quickly. It would have been an outswinger. Russo tries to float it in towards the far post. But there is Kath Hamill. It's a heavy touch. She was just trying to take it away. But you can't get any deeper in the corner. And Leeds will try and pen them in.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Pen them in there and put them under the pressure. We don't want them anywhere near our goal. Keep them up there.
There's no rush to take it. Eventually they do. Suarez Martins doesn't get goal side. Witham does very well to keep her in. She's very unlucky that it then hits her straight away at point blank range. So only 2 goals so far. 34 minutes gone. They came in the 5th and the 6th minute. An own goal from Ray Ellis of Yorkshire Amateur Women, and then Fozzard, the forward for the same side, to score. Leeds have had a few half chances. Abby Brown, Witham. Williams had a shot from range. Russo's gone close as well. A goal or 2 before half-time will certainly help Rick Passmore's team talk be a bit more positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think much of it's going to be positive because it's not great from Leeds. We're not playing to the level that we can play, which is a shame. But yeah, like you say, a goal or 2 before half-time kind of gives the girls a little bit more confidence to go in and start the second half.
That went long over the top again. Russo was the target. She's a player that's been recruited just before the Arsenal game. Couldn't play in that competition. Another recruit that's been brought in. We've seen that over the years. New faces coming into the group. There's been plenty of good additions.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't use the word veterans, but we'll say experienced players that have been there and done it for many, many years. Kath Hamill being one of those. Been a real ever-presence.
Yeah.
Calming influence at the back. Here's another one. The Olivia Smart. Suarez Martins has been here for a couple of seasons as well. That's a good pass from her into Abby Brown. Williams asking for it alongside. Williams perhaps wanted Russo further down the line and out wide. When she turned, the option wasn't really in front of her, so she had to keep it, which she did well. Under down, first touch wasn't the best, made it harder for herself, but still did the job she wanted. Izzy Brown out wide. Leeds are actually ticking along quite nicely here as Smart gets to it, swings it towards Abby Brown, whose first touch was extremely awkward. Strength is even better though, and she's just run out of space there, Abby Brown, at the wrong time.
There was a few more defenders there, weren't there, than her?
Like a wall of red, wasn't it? As Fozzard gets to it again, she's very strong in the challenge. She's Tanya Fozzard. Izzy Brown then goes in early with a challenge. That should be a free kick, and she's timed that at the last possible second, because if she waits a split second, Izzy Brown, she's giving the ball away. She wasn't to know though.
Yeah, it was a nasty one.
I think that's a tackle from someone that's a bit fed up of Tanya Fozzard.
Yeah, can't bother running at her anymore. I think I'd be the same, to be honest.
Yeah, just a bit of frustration.
Yeah, and it's understandable. I can imagine all of them will be frustrated. I don't think they're going to come off the pitch and not be frustrated, which you wouldn't be too happy if they were, to be honest. So maybe half time needs to come a little bit quicker, so they can have a sit down and have a conversation about what they can do better, and hopefully start the second half a bit better.
Izzy Brown with a good defensive header, had to get her body set. She did perfectly well as Underdown gets to the ball, rolled it inside. With them thinking about going long, she does think about it, because then she's given Jess Russo again, giving Rebecca alongside, because that first touch was perfect. Williams across, keeper spills, there is Brown and it's in. Great follow-up play from Abby Brown. Striker's instinct to get in the right place at the right time. The keeper, we hope he's not injured from that, but Paige Williams has done that all day long so far. She's hit it early, and it's one of those crosses where if it's too hot to handle, you need a striker in the right place. There was Abby Brown, and there's our goal.
Yeah. And you know what? That's probably the best play of the game. Great first touch from Jess. Paige has done brilliant to get into there. I think she was probably trying to shoot from there, but the keeper did well in the first instance. And then, like you say, striker's instinct from Abby Brown. She's done brilliant to get in there and get a goal, which she's worked hard for, to be honest. She deserves the goal. And let's just hope now we can kick on and not give her them any more chances on the ball.
Yeah, Stewart is just getting to her feet. We hope nothing too serious on that one. Don't know if she's had the wind knocked out of her a little bit, and she'll be frustrated as well. But she'd have had Abby Brown's figure in her eye line as that shot was coming in. So any instance where she took her eye off the ball, and that's what happens.
Yep.
More direct again from Leeds. Williams, plenty of power on the shot come cross. I'll say cross.
Yeah.
But then it went to the keeper, so it probably was a shot.
Yeah, well, I scored one last game of the season, and everyone was adamant that it was a cross. And then I think I believed myself that it was. So I was adamant at first that it was a shot, and it was brilliant. And then after the 10th time of watching it, I think I believed everyone else. Great feat from Sandra.
Suarez Martin's beautiful work, cuts it back. Oh, it deserved a bit better with the cross. Yeah. And it's the second time she's got in behind with her own trickery. That's
she
the
did
best.
Really well, yeah.
The best of the lot, though. It was really good feat. It's now Fozzard to Murphy. It's the same routine for Yorkshire Amateur Women. It's their two speed merchants and their two quality players. Murphy this time
handled that well. She's done really well there.
Probably the first time they've actually ran at Hamill.
Yeah.
When she's set deep. A lot of it's been in behind Leeds, hasn't it? And Robson's having to be nudging in the back.
Yeah.
Getting past Kath Hamill is something that is easier said than done.
Yeah,
from the years I've been doing this, she just seems to make everything really easy.
Yeah, she's a great athlete, is Kath, as well, and she'll run all day. She has a great body position, so to try and get past her, yeah, good luck with that one.
Not so much women on the attack. Olivia Smart again is one of those defenders that gets in the right place at the right time, and
gets the foot in. Yeah,
she does make things look easy, but she's a lot more ambitious getting forward. She's asked a lot of here as Suarez Martins. Olivia Smart is not going to give up on that, and she wasn't that far away from getting it either. She did have what seemed like another 2 laps of the pitch to go with the way she had to keep running behind players, but fitness levels galore. She's willing to do it for the team.
And then, no surprise, she's chewing at the referee. I think I've taught her that one.
Well, she's got a captain's armband on today, so you've got to try and follow in the footsteps.
Absolutely, yeah. With age, I think I've mellowed down a little bit. I try and get on with them a little bit more now.
It will be to your advantage, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. I used to get yellow cards every week just for shouting at them, but only had one this season, I think.
Well, that is hopefully a sign of things to cut. You've mellowed.
Absolutely, yeah. And that was for a great tactical challenge. Some young whippersnapper had me, so I thought, right, you're coming with me.
Oh, Junior Furpo-esque at Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You got to do it as
she didn't come back either, so we were all right.
Leeds win a throw. Final 5 minutes. I think Rick Passmore would like to see one more goal just to settle things down a little bit. That might put the confidence levels of Yorkshire Amateur Women a level below as well.
Yeah, I think if it goes in like this, they've still got the oomph to kind of come out and get one more. It's not finished, is it, at 2-1? So another goal would be great to kind of kick it out of them.
Brown was looking for Suarez Martins there. She just went without the ball. It wasn't the perfect pass. Smart now gets it into Brown's feet, and her feet again get her from A to B and out of trouble because they're about to take it from her. Suarez Martins has cut inside now. She wanted to set herself for a shot, looking for Williams. Just the last touch letting Leeds down. They will recycle and go again with Smart. Yorkshire Amateur Women penned in now. Resorted to pretty much counter-attacking, which is what they perhaps expected. But no signs of quitting them, fighting for every ball. They'll do the same here as Smart tries to get past number 7, which is Maria McKenna. McKenna clears only as far as Izzy Brown, who turn goes to Witham. Witham to Underdown. That midfield 3 have just started to get control and keep things ticking over for Leeds. Smart again, delivery in, awkward for the keeper, even more awkward for the defender, who's done very well. Isn't that far away from keeping it in. Olivia Smart to take the set piece.
Yeah, she did well there, that defender. Very well.
So Olivia Smart's corners have been on the money for a player to attack. You see Rachel Hindle warming up alongside the pitch at Tadcaster. Only a few minutes left, and Leeds would love to get something here from an attacking sense towards Hamill. Flicked on towards Brown. Brown tries to let it go. Oh, it was nearly as crafty as possible from Brown as Suarez Martins goes for it. Keeper spills it, this time for a corner. An awkward one for the goalkeeper, Stewart. It comes over the bodies. Suarez Martins is coming into the game nicely.
Absolutely, yeah. She's working her way into it, and she's trying a few different things. I think that little bit of play where she was down the left-hand side a minute ago, took it past those 2 defenders, that'll give her a lot of confidence, because that was brilliant. So hopefully do you know what, I really hope she gets a goal today. She deserves it, she works hard. She's one of those who really deserves that.
Izzy Brown went for the first attempt from the corner, wasn't executed well. Kath Hamill's taken it away. That's got to be a penalty. Referee does point to the spot, and Kath Hamill shows something I've not seen for a while from her as a defender, because it's normally safe as houses clearing it, but that was delicate, it was intricate, it was just what you needed. Nice little touch. She set herself to shoot, and she is fouled. Yeah, that was a good bit of play from Leeds as well. They kind of kept it composed. She took a touch in there, and then the defender's just taken her down, hasn't she? Unfortunately. The penalty will be taken. Abby Brown will be favourite, because the normal penalty taker I would put down is sat alongside me. Thank you, I appreciate that. I keep saying that to the girls, but they're having none of it, and I keep saying, well, none of you score. If you go to a vote, I'm putting my name in for you. It's Abby Brown, full of confidence, 5 goals in 2 matches. If this goes in, sends it off the post. And Abby Brown tried to go for accuracy. Keeper was across there, but wasn't going to get to it. And Abby Brown hits the upright, and it's just not what Leeds need on, just to get the half-time team talk. That would have had the icing on the cake. Absolutely. And the upright denies them, but they've been caught short here. Simpson's off the line, Murphy, Foddard's in the middle, and thankfully Ellie Murphy got her feet in a tangle. We nearly had 2 goals at either end in 20 seconds. Yeah, we're very lucky there that unfortunately their attacker slipped or lost a footing, because that wasn't very good. To get a hold on this ball again. We were talking before the game. Ooh, strong challenge. Nasty. Strong challenge. Yorkshire Amateur Women bench have shown sympathy. Olivia Smart is down in a heap. The ball was there to be won. Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm not saying it's a malicious challenge. It's late though. It's a yellow card. It's got to be, yeah. I think Olivia Smart's main issue is that her face hit the floor. So not only is her legs in a bit of pain, she was kicked up into the air. Yellow card is coming out from the official. There'll be no complaints. And I'm glad we can laugh about it. And when I mean laugh, I mean Paige Williams and Olivia Smart. Yeah.
Olivia's probably blaming Paige for leaving the ball there. That's
Set her
something
up.
Olivia would do, yeah. She'd be like, well, if you'd have touched it, I wouldn't have got tackled.
Yeah, set her up for a fall as Izzy Brown is preparing to take this latest free kick. In just stoppage time we go at the Global Stadium in Tadcaster. Leeds missing that penalty would have made it 3-1. Hopefully a sign of what's to come. Last few minutes have been all Leeds. Last 20 minutes really have been Yorkshire Amateurs just trying to counter-attack at best. Fozzard and Murphy, the two main protagonists. And it is those two in 13 and 14 respectively that have been the biggest pain in Leeds' side, as Williams, as the midfielder, just rolls Leeds along the park towards Izzy Brown. Not much width as she went towards Suarez Martins. Williams has got all the time she wants, and she plays a good ball forward towards Brown. Brown's touch was poor. She wins it back though and does just what Leeds needed. And I was going to say it's a soft free kick, but that is not for that. It's because it's half time. And Leeds United lead by 2-1. Russo and Brown, the goal scorers. Fozzard pulled one back. And I think, Rebecca, second half, we just want, from a perspective of Leeds, as you as the captain, you said it all along, just tidy things up a little bit and you think the goals will flow.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I don't think any of those girls will be overly happy with that performance. So just a bit of composure on the ball. We need to kind of remember who we are and how we can perform, and go and put that on show in the second half. We've got a lot of players on that team who can score good goals, who can play 10 times better than they're playing right now. So just to come out and realise the potential that they've actually got, because I think if Yorkshire Amateurs get another goal, it's going to be a completely different game. They're going to come out of this all guns blazing. They want to win. They want to get through the next round and beat Leeds United, don't they? So I think we need to have a word and just say, right, keep it relaxed, keep it composed, and the goals will come. Give it 20 minutes and they might tire, they might not have as much composure as we will. So just give it as much as we can, really.
Yeah, so half-time at the Sotrac Stadium in Tadcaster. Leeds leading by 2-1. Join us in around 15 minutes' time for the second half coverage.
I want to be held by Bridie like that. I want to be held by
Might just be too muddy, really, because it gets absolutely. Even Sean Dyche, still the same. Just get someone that can keep us up. Sean Dyche plays Everton now, isn't he? Get someone who plays it from respect. Listen to him. Because that's what's happening. No, the players are just not.
They've all got goals. They know that.
Twin, isn't it? Yeah, the twins are. It looks it to me because I thought. Come on.
Relax, there's me. Turn me.
Oh, ball. Yeah, go on, Jess, you're in.
Relax.
What a ball that is. Oh, it's in. Oh, well in, Jess. Yes!
Pocket.
Yeah! Talk to each other! Record, I think. This is a record. Yeah. Sat down. You're in. Come on, Brownie! Oh!
guy. He's walking away.
Yeah, he just walked away from it. That's Sandra!
Go on, let's go.
We had to tell her to go.
Stay, drop, delay, stay, drop, delay. Turn, move the ball. Quicker.
That's it.
Oh, go on, Jess. Go on, Jess. Yes. What's this?
Travel, travel. Stay out of the way. Don't go in a pocket.
Now, pick your pass. Finish it.
In behind Sam, Sam ball watching.
Sam. She's going to beat you. She's going to tackle him. Someone. Oh, come on, Izzy.
Deej again. Just get at her. Get at her. Wait, Jess. That's her pocket. Relax and shoot.
Shoot, Jess.
Shoot.
Great ball, that. That's a great ball, that. Oh, look here.
Go to the ball, Sandra. Man on knee.
Come on!
Right wing.
Nish, well done. Easy,
Yeah,
good
go
win
on.
there. Jess, trouble, Jess.
Go on!
Go on, Paigey.
Cross the goal.
Cross it now. Oh.
Yes!
Well done, Abby.
Come on!
Well done, Abs. Go on, Paige.
Well done.
She all right?
Please go forward.
And because in that space is mine.
Win it.
Oh!
Win.
Good, Sandra, well played. Good.
Now it goes in.
That's a good
Attack it.
win the header.
Oh,
No, win the header.
come on, here's Eddie. Head the flipping ball, for God's sake,
No,
somebody.
you've got permission to swear.
Oh.
Go down, Ray! Penalty, yeah. Bottom corner. Sums up your first.
It's not really about waving a big stick at them. I was like, what are you going to do when we go to clubs where we know they're not meeting the minimum standard?
They don't want to do
Well,
anything.
we just want to try to support them, so we'll
Oh,
support them to get
fluffy.
better. And I'm like,
Fluffy.
and what if they don't? What if they don't want to get better? What are you going to do? Well,
We're not going to do anything.
I suppose we might have to look at their position in that league, but we don't want to be doing that. That's
Oh.
I said, I can tell you now.
Can you minute
I
that?
said, I can tell you now, there's clubs in Tier 3 that we've played against, and I won't mention any names, who are not meeting the minimum standards for that league right now, and you're going to introduce a lot more. So good luck. Then one of them was about one of them around finance was we'll want a financial summary. I'm like, you're not having our financial summary. What do you want it for? Why do you want that?
What benefit is that for
I
you
said-
doing the women's day?
He said on our table, I can just imagine me having a conversation with our head of finance at Leeds United saying they want a financial and what a reaction will be. It would probably be mean, no, but it might not say that.
It'll be a few weeks later.
We've got the geezer from Hull saying they want to play in the Super League. They're in out. They're not even attached to the club. They're a separate entity. They're a charity trust. One of my mates at the
We
FA.
didn't see that.
Yeah, we did. One of the people I
didn't
worked
see that.
with at the FA said, "Are you not attached to a club?" So he was like, "No." He went, "You've got no chance then. You're never going to get into the Super League." And he was like, "What do you mean?" He went, "Are you deluded?" He said, "He said, do you know how much it costs playing the Super League?" Well, it's been done before. He went, "It's been done before the FA took over."
Yeah.
He said, "You've got no chance of doing it." And then Tom, who I say is from Solihull, a little bit later said to me, "Is he like that?" They're in our league.
I don't know what's going on, what's what.
We're a charitable trust. They won't want to play in Super League. Good luck with that. Because They don't know. I think they're black bottom now.
Probably find it admirable that we've got ambition.
I like ambition, but there's reality. Little Katie was there. You know, Katie went to Man City from us, plays in the under 18. The under 18s, but they were down. They've got a game against Northern Ireland, so I saw little Katie was there. So that was nice. The blind squad, the deaf squad were there. The men's international teams were there. I like the George's Park. It's amazing. Burton on No, there's the Hilton's built into it. Hilton on top. So I went to the gym at 6 o'clock on Saturday morning and there was no one in it. The guy on the desk went, well, big respect to you. So I said, why? He went, there's no one here. He said, and it's 6 o'clock on Saturday morning.
I'm very
the body in the river, haven't they? Full of bully.
They should never put what they put out about us.
And the body in the river.
Oh, God.
Sadly, you couldn't have got a close to the river where they walk as well. That's what we need this morning. All the information has been carried out to the river to take the body to bully.
The fan might just be a kind of
It's still a bit all a mystery, isn't it? It's still all a bit.
Let's be proactive
Come
then.
on, Leeds!
They don't know, do they? That's the thing. They don't know. We can't.
Good afternoon then, and welcome back to our coverage of Leeds United Women as they get back underway in this County Cup, West Riding County Cup. We do believe we've had one change at the break, and we will confirm that, but it does appear at first glance that it is Izzy Elliott replaced by Rachel Hindle, which should mean Olivia Smart's gone to centre-back, Savannah Robson might have gone to left-back. We'll confirm that in a second as Leeds are on the attack straight from the first whistle. As Brown goes across, keeper spills, Brown will get a second attempt, and that is not something she needs, and she slots it home, determined after missing a penalty in the first half, and Abby Brown gets another. So that is 3-1 to Leeds United. And alongside me, I didn't even have a chance to reintroduce Rebecca Bass alongside me. I think I know what you're about to say. That is exactly what Leeds United wanted.
Do you know what? Absolutely, yeah. You can't fault them. Like I said earlier, we normally come out after the second half and forget that we can play football. But to get a goal after 30 seconds is brilliant, and that just gives them momentum to go on now, to kick on and get a few more goals. But like you say, Abby missed the penalty, but she's come back and she's got herself a goal, so well done, Abby.
Keeper, I'm sure, would be disappointed.
Yeah.
She's made some really good saves as well as Emily
Yeah,
Stewart.
she has, yeah. She's made herself big and come out to win stuff, so she has done well.
That was not an occasion where she kept hold of the ball, so Brown, as simple as that, gets a goal back. So Leeds go with Simpson, Robson, Hamill, Hindle, Smart, Underdown, Williams, Witham, Russo, Brown and Martins. And a makeshift back forward. I have seen Olivia Smart play centre-back before.
Yeah, she... I don't think she liked me when I got injured because she had to sit in at centre-half. Because I'd been playing right-back, and then obviously with Bridie being injured, played at centre-half. And then...
How selfish of you to...
Obviously, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm really sorry, Olivia, yeah. But then Sarah Danby was even more fuming at me that she had to go to left-back. Yeah, they were not impressed after that game. But then when they found out like what I'd actually done, they weren't as nasty to me afterwards.
Yes, so Leeds will change the defence. Simpson's kick out from the back has gone pear-shaped and gone behind for a goal kick. A rare mistake from Karen Simpson, and behind for a set piece for Yorkshire Amateur Women. And they have the chance to pull a goal back, and one of those that you just want to forget about it because it should have been quite routine.
Yeah, you just want to get rid. And again, I'm not blaming the pitch, but sometimes I have to say to the girls before we play, just get your body behind it, take a touch first, because it's not worth the ball going in the back of the net from something like that. And I'm sure Carrie knows that herself. Carrie, we don't need to tell her. She knows that that's not what she wanted to happen.
Kind of delivers the corner, a teasing one, just onto the roof of the net. I thought for a second it was just going to hang up in the air, and Simpson would have had an awkward situation. So we've had a back four of Robson, Hamill, Elliott and Smart. Now a changing of the guard, and Rachel Hindle's been someone that's, I think we originally saw her as a right midfielder when she arrived at Leeds United Women, you playing a little bit behind it.
Yeah, that's
and
right,
then coming at right back, but showed some confident performances.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's obviously momentum in it as soon as you get those games under your belt. Like you said, she played at right wing, and then I think she wanted to play right back, so she was not playing as much, and then I had the injury in my head, so she kind of started playing, and then obviously when I came back I went into centre half, and she's definitely in a position. She's playing brilliant at the minute. She's such a knowledgeable footballer as Rach. She knows all the analysis and everything like that, so she's great to have on the team as well. She's very, very experienced.
The Yorkshire Amateur Women player down here, and it is the number 6 Lindsay Hopton. Just an injury she's picked up, and going to give Lee the chance to get a breather. It will require Give Paige Williams times to retie the bootlaces. A couple of players are trying to keep. I saw the first instant was Kenesha May Underdown. Was just starting to hop on the side and just keep her feet moving, keep herself ticking over. And Rick Passmore, if he has any instructions, can now give them. But from the first half, I think frustration. The second half, it was a case of job done for Brown to get the goal. We mentioned earlier this County Cup, a prize that Leeds can certainly win. You said it earlier about trying to get the plate as well, and the league is certainly where your full focus will be. But
yeah, certainly, yeah. Like you said, the County Cup is something that we could potentially win. We beat Brighouse, obviously, in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago, and they were the team that we played against last year. So we've got to have confidence and build on that. And again, the play that we play next weekend, we want to go and win it. We want to go and do what we can, but the focus is on the league. Our aim is to kind of win as many games as we can and do what we can in the league. So fingers crossed we can come out the season with something. But as I keep saying to the girls, there's no pressure. We don't want the pressure to be on us. We go about things quietly, and hopefully we can do what we need to do.
Fingers crossed that's the case. Getting replay of some of the goals, and Abby Brown's big effort. That was from Williams' shot, which was pounded into her path, and Brown, like all good strikers do, just do the hard work first, then make the finishing look easy. This was the penalty incident that Kath Hamill won with some cute little touches, just perfectly weighted every one of them, and then brought to the ground. Abby Brown sadly hit the post with the penalty that she had, but she's made an amends. First time I'm asking Suarez Martins with a direct ball forward. I must admit, probably didn't pick up on it first round. That first touch from Brown, Suarez Martins' pass was fine. It wasn't, it was direct, it was powerful. Again, you just made that point, with sometimes with the sticky areas of the pitch, get your foot through it. But Abby Brown's first touch was a lot better than perhaps I first realised, because she took the sting straight out of the ball and allowed herself to then decide what to do with it.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I think the refs I thought he was giving someone a yellow card. He's doing so many. And I think Abby Brown's positioning as well. Sometimes we have a few issues with offsides. We can't beat the offside trap, but Abby was brilliant there in the way that she ran. You could see her looking over her shoulder to see where the offside line was. So she did really well to get in it. The first shot wasn't one of her best, I'm sure she'd admit that, but she's done well to finish it up.
Yeah, so Hopton is replaced by Tara Flaherty in the centre of defence. Maybe a switch in the system, because naturally as a number 9 on your back, you expect to be told to go further forward, so we'll see where she will stand, and as expected, there she is right on cue to get in position. And now Leeds will attack with Suarez Martins, who's got pace to burn, and she gets into a good area. The first touch was good, second has pushed her a little wide, but she will win a corner for Leeds United, and that is good work from Suarez Martins, who is a player that in that first half, that bit of skill just shows you what she can do when she's got time. Seems like a confidence player. She's got a big smile on her face for Brown's goal and seems to be enjoying herself out there.
Absolutely, yeah, and like you say, a confidence player. She did those couple of runs in the first half, and she's got that now confidence in her back, and that first touch was brilliant that she just took there, and she's won us a corner, and hopefully we can get something for it.
Set delivery from Smart. Underneath it was Hamill. Keeper gets down. It took an age for it to get there. Abby Brown, I think, has landed awkwardly, or a body has landed on her foot at the same time, and she's in some discomfort. And Abby Brown, the fact that she can talk to the players around her suggests hopefully it's just a knock, but yeah, it's just the sheer presence of the bodies that I think pushed her over and landed on her leg.
Yeah.
But again, another, what you'd say is a teasing set piece. She just requires a touch.
A great delivery again from Olivia, but like you say, we need someone on the end of it. We're not the tallest team in the league, so
Olivia Smart wins a free kick.
I think she was asking for that one, wasn't she? She was crawling.
Right again!
He did its job, did the crawl. It's centre half now. Won't see her getting forward too much, so it should be a steady day for her from the office from here as Hindle comes forward, fizzes it, attempted towards Brown. It was Ray Ellis that intercepted. Good work from Russo. Williams, first touch, second touch is even better. Russo across the face, defender does well. Gets a body in the way. It'll fall to Williams. No attempt first time. Second time she's forced wide. It was the right thing to not shoot. She wasn't set and ready. She keeps Leeds ticking over. They are just going through the gears a little bit here. Rick Passmore's side with them into the penalty area towards Russo, just doesn't get the touch, took her eye off it. Abby Brown has got her head in her hands, she's frustrated, and another peach of a pass from Danielle Witham.
Yeah, that is absolutely what she's got in the locker is Danielle Witham. She's got a great delivery on her. Just unfortunate to not get a touch on that. So I think anything would have made that go in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was one of those where across your body, always very difficult technique-wise, but anything.
Literally.
We are at 4-1, but Leeds will certainly take the momentum they're building. And naturally, I think Yorkshire Amateur Women just getting a little tired in certain areas.
Yeah, definitely. They've not really been on the ball much, have they? They've just defended quite a lot. That's brilliant from Sandra again.
Yeah, looks in the box.
Getting good delivery.
Looks in the box to know where she's coming. Keeper spills, but reactions are good enough. And Suarez Martins was looking towards the back post with that delivery towards Russo. Not to be. And Leeds again will recycle with them just backpedaling. Header away from Robson, who's really had the chance to get forward today. She's more of a static fullback. She's done her job as best she can. She'll have to get back here though, because Smart likewise is getting across. Ball delivered. Carrie Simpson has to deal with it. And at the last second, I think she's realised that was coming closer than she wanted. So. And I think as a defender, you'd much rather see her, if she is in doubt, then just remove
absolutely.
it.
Don't leave it if you don't know. That's a great ball from their number 14, is it, by the way?
Yeah, that's their danger player, Fozzard.
Yeah, she's pulled off a right ball, and to be honest, the delivery is great from the winger. So they've still got it. They've not given up, have they?
White shirt,
which is good.
They have Norton doing their club proud as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Big day for them as they deliver the ball into the near post, down underneath it. Smart gets in the way with them. Handball appeals. Referee ignores them as Abby Brown has to wrestle the marker. Scruffs it away down. That's a Smart touch.
Yeah.
Inside is the pass there. It is to Smart. And Leeds are just starting to. I think how I would maybe assess it in the first half is just not force it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
This seems to be a lot more methodical.
Yeah, a lot more composed, and it's as if people actually want the ball. You know, they're moving into right spaces. They're opening the spaces up. And the first half, it didn't really look like that. So it is a lot better. I suppose it probably can be a lot better, but it's the way that we want it to go. Great. Oh, what a touch, Sandra.
Yeah, it's from Smart. Martins goes into the middle. Header for Russo, maybe too much time. And that's the second chance in a row she's missed. She even had enough time to bring it down.
Yeah.
The header was the perfectly fine choice.
Yeah. Left
totally unmarked, but it's not. I don't think it's a case of the worst defending. They have got a bit caught ball watching, but the delivery for both cross to Smart to Martins was just perfect.
Absolutely brilliant. It was probably. I said it for the last goal, that was the best bit of play, but that would have been brilliant if that had gone in. We've got to be finishing that, unfortunately. But no, Olivia, great ball, and the touch from Sandra was absolutely brilliant. She's taken it down and taken it into a space, hasn't she, that she can just take that first touch and then deliver.
Suarez Martins dives on the floor to try and win it back. There's a Yorkshire Amateur Women player down as well. Leeds will get the call for the throw. Olivia Smart leaves it to Savannah Robson.
Danielle, go get it! Play! No!
Yeah, time. Down with the flick on. Not to be. Fozzard knocks it back. Looking for Flaherty. Smart, as a centre back, does offer a bit more pace in the middle for Leeds. White to Russo, her decision to leave it is something she will regret, but it is not that much in terms of damage. It's just going to be a throw into today's visitors, who trail by 3-1 if you are just joining us here on LUTV. And that is thanks to an own goal from Realis and 2 goals from Abby Brown. Fozzard with the only strike for Yorkshire Amateur Women. Kath Hamill takes her time, perhaps too much time. She's maybe getting caught with trying to be a bit more luxurious than they needed to be. This team in front of them are leggy, they're looking a little tired, but you mentioned it a few minutes ago, there is no quit, and I think if any opportunities are presented to them, they've already shown they can take it. There's a free kick there on Witham, but there's not they're not playing to limit damage, are they? They're still trying to get forward,
and that's a massive credit to them. You know, the game's not finished. They've got another half an hour left to go and get something out of it. So, like I say, credit to them, but that's where we need to punish them and just say, well, this is where we're at, this is what we want to do. So we need to kick on and do that, I think. But like you say, with them, if the chance comes, you see from the finish from their first goal, she's got a good finish on her. They can play decent balls into the box, and they've got strikers and wingers who are willing to run. So that's something that we shouldn't take away from them, and give them the opportunities to do it.
Yeah, Hindle gets it. Yorkshire Amateur Women certainly a lot more vibrant on the ball inside the first few minutes. That's a good touch from Russo.
Yeah.
Into Hindle, looking for Brown again. Just that final pass for Leeds isn't there. All the build-up beforehand.
Yeah, it was a brilliant bit of play, that, wasn't it? It was great.
Yeah, it's confident. It's knowing each other's game plan inside out as well, knowing where the players are. Hindle knew exactly where Brown was going to be, just put too much on it. Brown rolls it inside towards Underdown, who will hook it towards Suarez Martins and back again. Lack of width because Suarez Martins is inside, so she goes forward, and then Brown, it'll be picked up by Witham, who again shows those reactions of hers to just lift her feet in the right place at the right time. But it is damage limitations for Yorkshire Amateur Women, and Kath Hamill, as I do say.
Yeah, she's dealt with that
just
well.
Keep everything safe and steady as Leeds will start again. So Izzy Elliott, as I say, in the first half had a lot more defending to do. Kath Hamill had a lot more defending to do.
Yep.
Savannah Robson did. We are seeing a lack of counter-attacking. They're not getting the ball as higher up. We had it with Murphy and Fozzard, which I think is a sign of Leeds just controlling the narrative a little bit and the tempo.
Yeah, definitely. And in any game, the players they'll be tiring, won't they, and doing whatever. And they need to kind of keep the score as low as they can if they're going to get that chance to try and create something out of the game. So they don't want to be conceding 5 or 6 goals and then leaving one up and trying to get a goal out of it. So they need to keep that defensive line strong, and then on the counter-attack, they just need their players to work hard, don't they, for 90 minutes and just go and give absolutely everything, which they are doing for the last 60 minutes. And again, they're in here and she's on her own, but she looks like she can get somewhere through it. She's got good feet. Kath Hamill's just stepped in there and done well. Yeah,
Hendel was pressurising. It was Murphy again, and Murphy and Fozzard have been the bright pair for this Yorkshire Amateur Women's outfit. Down the line for Abby Brown, looking for Suarez Martins. There'll be nobody in the area unless Russo can make her way there. Suarez Martins is upended, and there is an appeal from Ray Ellis, which is Georgia Ray Ellis, that there was no contacts, unless I need new glasses.
And I need some.
I know what she's trying to say. I don't think her first leg did it. It was her second leg, but the contract's still there.
It is, but I don't think it's the yellow card. I think that's a little bit harsh.
No, I do agree with that.
I would not be impressed if I was getting a yellow card there.
No, I do understand that. I think her legs have just got in a tangle, and she's then fallen over.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel a bit sorry for her on that one, because it's a foul, like you say, it's a free kick, but yeah, I think it's a bit harsh.
So Olivia Smart had set herself. The referee just steps back and tells her that the original position wasn't correct, so she will have to...
She's scored a few from this kind of area, so...
I was just thinking this is perhaps a shooting opportunity. The keeper not being the tallest as well. If you get a decent bit of loft and force the save, it maybe be panicking.
Yeah, and I'm sure she'll have a go, don't you worry.
Yeah, it's across, get in that area where the keeper has to do something. Can somebody attack it as well?
And again, it's one of those where you get those little flick-ons, don't you? It could be anyone's, something off a defender or off one of our players.
Yeah, Smart will deliver it into that near post this time. The keeper does just get her hands. I thought she might have gone the opposite corner, Olivia Smart, but again, it's still a shot on target.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I think I'd have gone for the other corner, personally.
Smart with a immediate recovery in defence just shows the composure she's got to get back, and certainly she might not enjoy playing centre back, but she can certainly do a very good job there.
She can do it, yeah.
As Underdown gets it,
great
tremendous skill, and then determined second time around. Just won't sit for her to cross, but she will just take her time with it. And Yorkshire Amateur Women get back. Daniel Witham sets off, and that is the pace that I think she's injected into this Leeds midfield. We've seen the midfield three. I've always described it with Jodie, that does the commentaries with us as well, as naturally Leeds' midfield three. I'd like to describe them as runners. That Catherine Smith just never stops.
Yeah.
Daniel Witham does the same, but I think what she's injected into the team since she's arrived is that 10, 15-yard bursts.
Absolutely,
she covers so much ground, and there's a perfect
and that's where you want her. As you just saw then, she was not through on goal, but she was attacking our goalkeeper, and Danny's just stepped in and taken that away from her. Is what you want, especially the defender. You don't want players running at you, so if she's coming in and slowing the ball down and delaying it until you've kind of got that, it's absolutely brilliant, and that's what you can't ask for much more, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably from the years we've been able to cover the team and look closely. I think that's perhaps a little bit more pace is what you've injected Macy Ellis as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Certainly got you into some good areas. We know with Brown on one flank, we've had Brown, Ellis, and then Woodruff through the middle. There's real options for Rick Passmore this season. There's one here with Jess Russo as she sets off on her way. Look at the feet here. Yeah. Tries to cut it back for Suarez Martins. It won't fall for her. Probably the first time we've seen Jess Russo be able to open up the tank.
Absolutely, and you know what she did really well? She took a touch inside as well, which is, again, as a defender, you absolutely hate, because if you get that little touch, it's a free kick or whatever. So she's done really well to get in there. I think it was just, again, the final ball that we get through that's just a tiny bit off for the attackers.
Yep, so a change here for Leeds. Daniel Witham gets an early afternoon rest, and Leonie Price comes on into the fold. So more of what I've seen so far is a sitting midfielder, someone that keeps hold of the ball, tries to play it into the right areas. She might be required to play a bit more ambitious today. What are your thoughts, Rebecca? Will she sit and underdown go forward, or will it be Leonie Price?
No, I think Kanisha will sit and Leonie go forward a little bit. But the great thing about our midfield is they all kind of swap in and out. So you could have Paige Williams dropping in as the holder, and Nish and Leonie stepping up a bit higher and then swapping round after 5 minutes. And that movement will tire any team out, any team in our league, never mind a couple of leagues below. So it'd be great if they can kind of work it out and move in and out to tire their midfield out and hopefully create a few more.
Yeah, Brown goes to ground. That should be a corner. It's a good challenge.
Yeah, great challenge, yeah, I'd be proud of that one.
Abby Brown is feeling the effects of it. Another heavy fall. Such is the case that Kanisha Underdown comes across.
There's a laugh.
I was going to say, she shows her real care. Instead, she's just laughed.
No, we don't do care in this team. And it's one of them, right? It's like, right, get up, there's nothing wrong with you. Run it off.
Well,
that's what I tried to do when I'd done mine and they were having none of it.
Well, maybe they were right in the end.
Yeah, I think Carrie came over and said, right, you've already been subbed. And I was like, no, I'm playing on. I stood up, I thought, all right, maybe I'm not.
Smart delivers, underdown, heads it the opposite way. She was just trying to glance it. Got up into a really good position there, Kanisha May underdown.
We've hit a fan.
And one of the loyal supporters is regretting the decision to come. Another good turnout as well. The group try to get more and more fans alongside. There's been some great crowds at Tadcaster to cheer them on. I've seen some of the things on social media as well, with the fans waiting behind for pictures, shirts, autographs, all the things like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It's really nice for us as well. Having those big crowds coming to, well, I say big, having those people coming to watch. It's really nice of all like the young kids that come and they kind of look up to us. Yeah. I remember when I was younger, you were looking up to players back then and never really got the opportunities to see them or meet them. So for them to come, and it probably takes 10 minutes of our time to go and have photos and sign things for them, and that means a lot. And they come back, and that's only going to help us. They go and tell their friends at school or the teams that they play for, and then more people come in, and that's great for us. We just want to build a fan base and around Leeds. There's a lot of Leeds fans who come if they can't go to the men's game, or the men have played on a Saturday, which again is absolutely brilliant for us. And it's just growing, and it's only going to get better, I think.
Down with the flick on towards Williams. Here is Hindle bursting forward. Good touch out of her feet. Second is to be checked, but she will be able to at least win a corner. She wants to let it go. And just a touch on that point as Leeds prepare this latest set piece. That's sort of the aim as well, isn't it? Because you play, if you're a Leeds fan that's been coming, that's in the youth groups, you can then say you watch the game against Arsenal when they played against an England international. Could that be me in years to come as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think kids nowadays have got a massive chance of being a professional footballer as a woman. I think I'm a little bit past it now. But a lot of these kids nowadays who were at, under 8s or whatever, if that's really something that they want to do and they stick at it, then they've got that opportunity to do it. So for them to come and watch us and see, what we do and how much we enjoy doing it is absolutely brilliant. And it's just something that we can take and have credit for, that they are coming to watch us and they're enjoying themselves. And just having a good time.
It's certainly what you want to see as Rachel Hindle didn't know she was a part-time groundsman. I hope she charges for that as Leeds get a corner. Olivia Smart has gone across to take it. There is a Yorkshire Amateur Women player who is down and requires treatments, or at least is asking for it. Referee is, for now, just allowing her to get to her feet and letting the game get on with things. But Leeds, again, are just ticking along nicely. I still feel they've got it in them to get more goals. I think the way they're playing, they feel there is more goals in this for them, as Smart prepares another delivery. This one a little under-hit. Yorkshire Amateur Women deal with it, but only to concede another corner. Kath Hamill has been the target for the majority of them, and she was lurking again. Yeah,
she's got a great head on her as Kath Hamill. When he was playing centre-back, she used to do all the heading and I'd do all the running, because I'm not a fan of heading the ball.
It's a good tactic.
It worked, to be fair, yeah.
Leeds get it back with Hamill in there at the right place. Here is Price, one of her first touches, if not the first. Williams, great feet.
Great feet.
And the shot comes in, just got underneath it. Second time she's done that today. Got it to a great position and just hit it. But I think it's one area that you can improve on as a group from at all levels. If you can be a midfield that can not only set up, be runners, but then now and again you have got that pop shot in your locker. We've seen Kath Smith hit a few.
Absolutely, yeah.
There was some of the last season. It just gives you a different dimension, does it, as a group?
Of course it does, yeah. And I think the best teams are the ones who you get goals from everywhere off the pitch. Not only your out-and-out number 9, but your defenders coming up for corners and getting headers, and like you say, your midfield. And we are good that we can create those kind of chances. And it's nice for people to get on the score sheet who you wouldn't really expect to be on there. But yeah, the midfield is... The long-range ones are kind of from the midfield out of the... Kath Smith scored a great one against Fylde a couple of weeks ago. And that was brilliant from her. So it's nice for different people to get on it.
Yeah, Price was trying to pick out Torres Martins, who had set off early. Leeds trying to put the pressure on. Up steps Smart to try and get to Flatty, and her pressure tells immediately as on the down rolls it to the right hand side. Good touch from Russo, trying to get Williams involved, who will get a second chance to get to it. Just a little bit too close with the Yorkshire Amateur Women's player. There is Hindle riding the challenge. Now tries to turn inside, does so. Russo again causing problems. Price, little dummy that's helped her. She's going to go for goalkeeper, panicking off the post. There is Brown. Abby Brown to try and finish off the crossbar. And Leeds will be denied. I think the flag is going to frustrate them, but it's not often you see that off the foot of the post, and that was the very bottom of that post. The only Price dipping effort. Keeper, I think, had given up there, Rebecca. She didn't expect it to go. And then
great composure from Leona there. She's taken a touch out of her feet, and
I mean, Abby Brown did tremendous well to even get to it, never mind shoot. And
that was very acrobatic from Abby Brown.
I think the fact that Suarez Martin's been a play for the ball suggests that the official...
Potentially, yeah.
Because Abby Brown as well could have been offside, but that's what we just said about Leonie Price. You know, if you could maybe set the midfield of the opposition that they don't know if you're shooting, passing or running... Absolutely, yeah. I thought Leonie Price was going to pass.
Yeah. So if you do, then the goalkeeper doesn't have a clue, does she? No, so...
And, I've seen her play many weeks. She's so steady and careful in possession. This time she shows what she can do on the front foot. Russo takes it as far as she can to the byline, hangs up the cross to Brown. She slices it, it turns goalwards. Abby Brown, just by watching, you can tell she's just a typical striker. Hits anything that comes her way. And even if it isn't as true as she would like. And it's been a big chance this year because we know that Laura Bartlett moved on to Pastures Dew. She was a top player for this club when she was here. Abby Brown has tried to fill the void, and she's done really well.
Yeah, she has, to
get the goals. She's nearly going to get to the ball here. Russo and then Price. It will be Price to try and strike it. It's to Brown again. Abby Brown forced wide, and the Yorkshire Amateur Women will clear. But it's not easy to fill the void of somebody that was so good at scoring goals. But Abby Brown herself would have probably felt that at times she could have played 9 as well. So she's a confident player.
Yeah. No, she is confident, and she picks herself up after missing the penalty in this game and then scores again. Amy Wood just been brilliant as well up top for us. So it's one of those where you've kind of got to do that. Like Laura was brilliant. She, like you say, she's moved on, and we needed somebody to kind of come in and do that for us. That Page again there.
Yeah, just going over the top. But yeah, it's another thing as well is sharing the goals around, isn't it?
100%.
Not to rely on Laura from last year. This, the group at the minute seem to be chipping in left, right, and centre.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what you want. Like I say, you don't want just one person scoring all the time. We want to be creating different chances and different phases of play where other people can get on the score sheet. And that's credit to the team for kind of picking those goals out of places. I've not had many this year, so.
Well, so that's injury related.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have been in double figures.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
So we see Leeds frustrated. Free kick was what was wanted by today's visitors. Olivia Smart leads the protests, and into the final 15 minutes, I think if Leeds had tried to be really picky on themselves, they'd have wanted a couple more goals, but just the way this game has gone, Mayfield they can get a few more. I think the referee's done a decent job there. There was an advantage played under down just with a pullback. Because the pass went away, he then decided that it had to be a free kick.
I don't think I ever get that rule. I wouldn't have been agreeing with him on that one. I'd have always said they've played the ball.
Once they've played the ball, that was the advantage.
You've given them the advantage, you've played it and it's not gone right, then surely that's their fault.
Well, yeah, we have seen it in all forms of the game, youth football, men's,
absolutely,
women's,
yeah,
where they purposely play it away so that the advantage is then brought back.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happened there. But
no, yeah,
I get your point.
Yeah,
she did have a free pass, so you rule with an iron fist. I'm all for it.
I always do.
That's the captain.
I was going to say I can't just agree with them all the time, can I?
You've got to do the opposite.
Yeah,
absolutely. Comes inside. This time she will curl it. It's just over the top.
Absolutely.
And plenty of power from Jess Russo. Williams trying to give her some encouragement, and
great ball again in there from Williams.
You can see what Russo's brought to the team as well, can't you? It's a directness. One thing that I've noticed from her is she doesn't care what foot she's on.
No, and that's brilliant. You don't see it much anymore, even in the men's game, that you've got players who were left and right footed. So that's really nice to be able to have somebody who can play on both. Because again, that'll trick defenders, that'll trick goalkeepers, that you have no idea which way they're going to go.
Williams asking for the throw, she gets it. And Leeds continue to lead by 3-1. So the subs left Woodruff and with Ellis. Hindle was one of the subs, Price was another. Those two are out there now. The referee is just having a word with Wahati to explain a decision or two. And she wanted an explanation, a substitute as she comes toward the near touchline at the Sotrac Stadium in Tadcaster. Abby Brown is someone that is leading the protest, whether it's a physio problem, because both camps are asking to give advice. Abby Brown is showing no sympathy, telling her to get off the pitch so the game can get underway. She's got a hat-trick to get.
Absolutely, there's no sympathy from Abby Brown, never is.
And I wouldn't show any myself either. So
no.
Leeds take a quick throw. They've just picked up the pace a little bit through Hindle. Williams forced backwards, turns it wide. Out to Robson. Good pass from Robson.
From South.
She just she had a quietly effective day, Savannah Robson. She hasn't been involved as much as I think she would like, but when she has been involved, it's been front foot.
Not done much wrong, has she?
No, it's just been effective.
Yeah.
I think as a fullback today, you were always going to be either very involved or just waiting for the other team to sit back. And Rick Passmore hasn't pushed both fullbacks forward. He has pushed Hindle forward here, though, and she's done just that. And now she swings the cross and cleared. Leeds have not maybe got the rub of the green with some crosses today. The balls in have not been then rewarded with the contact.
The finishes that they should have, yeah.
It's always
definitely
gone to a defender sometimes.
Yeah.
And a couple of the touches have gone astray. Williams puts her body on the line for the cause, gets straight back up as Underdown gets to it. Needs to go in with a bit more width.
Yeah, it's going well on the right hand side, isn't it? We're doing well dragging the play out there and then, like you say, getting the crosses in, but if the crosses aren't coming to anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, Brown goes for it and just smashes it into the stands. She's very, very frustrated with herself, and she's just gone to really try and make sure that ball gets straight to the back of the net and past the keeper. And in doing so, has skied the crossbar. And from that area, I mean, again, she stood there kicking herself, but the fact that she actually could take them all on. Yeah,
she's done brilliant there, but I think at this stage in the game, you could be just setting somebody up there and having an easy finish. Like we said in the first half, the angle's really not good for her. But again, she's a striker. She's going to take those chances, I suppose. And as you say, she's on for a hat-trick, isn't she? So maybe you would be going for it.
Yeah, you wouldn't sympathise or criticise, too much
No, definitely not.
for that instance. That's great work from
Yeah,
Russo, who
brilliant.
seems to be coming into
Great
her own.
feat.
Now sets herself and twisting. Russo still going, and it's off the post. She deserved better. Brown
Yeah,
for the
she
hat
did.
trick. Can she finish? Keeper saves, but only into the net.
Well done, Abby.
And Abby Brown with a scrappy hat trick. They all count. Who cares? And Russo gets some high fives because she deserves that as well. And it was just a trickery. We mentioned it 3-4 minutes ago. I like the fact that she's willing to go on her left, willing to go on her right. They expected her to go the left.
Yeah, and then she takes it in there. Do you know what? She's really unlucky there. Credit to Jess. She's done absolutely brilliantly to get herself in that position. Took it past 3 or 4 players, and then just unlucky not to get the goal. Abby Brown, again, she's in the striker's position. She gets herself a goal. A few subs coming on.
Yeah, well, timed it to perfection. Hat-trick got.
Yeah, there you go.
Get yourself a drink, prepare for league duties. Kanisha Underdown has shown both sides of her game, the defensive and the creative midfielder, and been here a few years now, had to settle for places on the bench at times, also had to come into the first team and make a difference. There is some, big characters missing from this first team. You look at team sheets that, if I had to guess at certain team sheets, knowing full well your situation, you'd be on it.
Yep.
Sarah Danby would be on it. Catherine Smith would be on it.
Yeah,
Bridie
definitely.
Hannah would be on it.
Yep.
And I think, you look at this young group today. Izzy Elliott, one of the younger defenders. You've got other forwards. Donny Price is one of the younger members of the group. And so if we can get 4-5-1,
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it's a weakened team. It's more an inexperienced team. You can't ask much more than that, really.
Definitely not, no. And you can only play against who you're up against, can't you, I suppose. So whether it's Arsenal or Yorkshire Amateurs, you need to go out and get a win. You need to go and score goals past them. It's 11v11, it's a game of football. So credit to them who've played out there today. I would never make excuses, but unfortunately, looking from it, the pitch does not look like it's done them many favours. But they've done what they need to do. They've scored the goals. Jess was very lucky there. She rolled right for her. But I always say to them in the team talks before the game, go out there and earn your shirt, earn the chance to play, because there's only 11 that you can pick, and there's always going to be subs. So those girls have worked hard for the shirt today, and it gives the manager a question to ask, doesn't it, when we come back into the game next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if, just naturally looking at the midfield three, they've worked really hard. They've worked as a group. The two wingers, here's one of them, Suarez, might as well break off because she's again going on her own.
Feet, yeah.
She deserves to go all the way. She tried to set up the shot. She has to Russo, who misses a sitter. And Jess Russo has been really effective in this second half. She's missed 3 big chances. She'll be frustrated, but I'm about to praise her because her and Suarez Martins have come into the team today as wingers.
Yeah.
And the way they've performed, they can say to Rick Passmore, we deserve to start.
Absolutely. Sandra's been absolutely brilliant. We said it 5 minutes ago about the confidence that she's got. She's been probably, for me, one of the best players on the pitch.
It's the most confident I've seen her play.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, she's got a smile on her face. So she's doing brilliantly. But unfortunately, being a bit critical, you've got to finish those chances. If I was there, I would not have been this quiet. I think there'd have been a few screams going on.
Oh, thank you for being very competent.
Yeah, honestly, I'm trying my hardest here.
Good work from Woodruff in midfield. Just gets tackled by Murphy. Now into the feet of Tanya Fozzard, the goal scorer of Yorkshire Amateur Women's only goal.
Olivia's done well stepping high.
Just about to say that this is where the fitness levels and the experience is really starting to show. The effort from Yorkshire Amateur in the first half was top work.
Definitely, yeah.
Playing against a team several divisions above, holding their own at times in areas as well. But the second half, it has just been a bit of an onslaught. And I think, if we're honest, we could be looking at 7-6-7.
Absolutely, yeah, and credit to them. But they've not really seen much of the ball in the second half. That's a great passing as well. Oh, just unlucky.
Just offside for.
Yeah, but yeah, they've credit to them. They've come and played. They've shown what they can do. But yeah, I think if we'd have finished a few more chances, it should have been 6-7. Hopefully, we can get a couple more. And just give a few more people a bit more confidence and a bit more of a boost. That'd be nice for them.
Yeah, it certainly would. As a coaching perspective, Rick Passmore will have plenty to think about from today. Lots of positives.
Absolutely, yeah.
Players that have got well-earned rests. That's of Woodruff and Ellis that doesn't have to start and helps you for the league campaign. And again, a reminder, Leeds are 5th in that table. And I've got lots of games in hand, though, to make up. Ellis pounces immediately to try and take control, tries to get the ball into the area, keeper off the line. It'll fall into Price, just sets herself. Now Hindle going to go for it. Hindle was going to take a touch. Second time she decided to go for it, and again it was there to be hit.
Yeah, it was again a good bit of play. Defensively they've not got fully rid, but yeah, got to take a touch in there. Rachel will be annoyed at herself at that. She's a very good professional. She will get annoyed that she's not doing things perfectly. So she'll know that she could have done better with that one. But like I said, on this pitch, you've got to take your touch. You've got to at least try and get the ball as kind of still as possible, because you've got no chance of knowing where it's going.
Yeah, I'm just thinking as well about the squad picture overall as well. You know, arguably the best it's been for a while, because you look at people you can bring off the bench in Ellis, and if you don't have to start someone like Macy Ellis, for anyone that doesn't know what she plays like, it'd be a nightmare for an opposition player to then get someone as quick, determined as that at you. And you know, you've got to have a squad to get promoted and
absolutely,
play higher leagues.
You've got to have at least 15, 16 players who are all in it for each other. It's not about the starting 11, and I sing that so much to the players. It's about the 15, 16 that come in and get the chance, and when you get the chance, you've got to take it. But speaking from experience of being a defender, if somebody like Macy Ellis came on at me at the 80th minute, should have been up in the air after about 30 seconds. And
I think you'd be getting a card, wouldn't you, Rebecca?
Yeah, if I already had one, I think I'd be saying, right, I'm done here, gaffer. But if I didn't have a card, I'd definitely have one after about 3 minutes of being on the pitch.
Yeah, it's really good feet from Jess Russo.
Brilliant.
Options left and right. It might fall for Ellis. It'll fall for Hindle, who's staying really far forward across the face.
Good ball in
Yorkshire Amateur Women, body getting in the way. The defender having to rub the nose as the ball hits a square in the nose on that occasion. Hindle to the byline, still defending for the lives here, the visitors, and across the face. Good work.
Defenders done very well there.
And really are fighting for every ball still. Woodruff rides the challenge into the corner with McKenna. She goes. We'll try and roll her if she can. Price is behind trying to help. Amy Woodruff incredibly strong, perhaps stood on the defender's toes by accident there, still going. Lay off towards Russo on the edge of the box, need to take a touch. She does, takes several. Just won't sit for her properly, and Leeds just maybe running out of wriggle room on that occasion, and the referee lets the play go, and that just sums up the second half for the visitors.
Yeah, it does,
they just haven't got any counter attack going.
It just don't seem to have fallen from in the second half, does it? The first half, every time they kind of got the ball attacking wise, they looked dangerous. That's unfortunate there. Could have been a little flick onto Jess there, and she could have had a little touch, but I suppose Macy's gone for it.
Yeah, it was certainly there to be attacked by Macy
Absolutely,
Ellis.
Yeah.
And the player still down is McKenna on the far side. So 4-1, couple of minutes left. It is an own goal from Ellis, a hat-trick from Abby Brown, and that's despite the penalty miss that she had, and a good day at the office for Leeds United Women.
Yep, definitely. You've got to come to these games and, like I said before, get the win. You've got to grind it out. Whether they're 2 leagues below or 3 leagues, you've still got to come and score goals. So credit to the girls. They know that it could have been better, I'm sure of that. But they scored 4 goals. Could have been a few more, and that's maybe something we just need to take into the next game and say that we need to finish these chances, because unfortunately you don't score a goal if you don't take chances.
I think you and the part of the group are the prime example of not punching with your weight, but beating teams above you in the FA
100%,
Cup.
Yeah.
It shows it can be done. So
yeah, definitely.
Yorkshire Amateur Women turned up today with a mission to prove. A couple of minutes, they certainly dreamed.
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah,
of what could be.
And like I've said many times, credit to them. They've not come and just rolled over and said, "Oh, you can have it, it's fine." They've given us a game, and they've fought to the end. So fair play to them. But we just needed to come and get the result today and progress into that next round.
Yeah, job done in that respect. As Suarez Martin's just been flagged offside last couple of minutes, looking a little tired herself. The referee is just going to come across to make sure that the change can be made, and it is Abby Wardle that is going to step onto the pitch for the last few minutes for Yorkshire Amateur Women, and Leeds' attention will soon start to go back into league matters and try and get as much momentum behind them as possible. A reminder again, last few weeks it has been Cup Central. That is how it's been the last few years.
Yep.
It always appears that Leeds United will be their full league season between March and April.
It's probably for the best though, because Tad floods. So,
but it's for those that don't pay attention to it or looks at certain scores, all of you doing this on the side. You've all got jobs to play week in, week out. It isn't exactly easy. As Suarez Martins gets in, gets the ball into the box. A chance here for Russo, just can't direct it into the back of the net, and this is where it does require you a squad, because
absolutely, yeah, definitely.
At this level people have got commitments,
and that's it. There's a lot of us who do work weekends within the team, so we try and shift all of our shifts around to work on the Saturdays, not the Sundays, so that's difficult, but we try and do what we can, and like you say, that's where we need a squad. You get injuries, there's obviously myself, Bridie, who's injured, so you need those other people to kind of step in and do that. It is just a bit difficult sometimes when you don't have these league games. Obviously, I think it was about 96 days that we went without playing a league game over the Christmas period, and obviously all the FA Cup and stuff like that. Obviously, last week against Merseyrail was the first league game we'd had since, I think it was like the third week in November, which is ridiculous. How it happens is madness. I don't know. And then we're back in the league next weekend again, and then you've got to turn your focus back to the league, in the cup, next weekend against Southampton, and then you've got to focus on the league and try and get the momentum going up in the league. I know playing football you get momentum, don't you, from winning games, but it's a great feat from that defender there. Yeah,
it's just a case of all the pressure's then on you, isn't it? For the
absolutely,
league?
yeah.
If you might have 6 games in hand, if you've got to win 5.
And that's it, the teams above us are kind of winning these games, so we know if we win every game, we get up there, but that's a lot of pressure to say, well, go and win 5 on the bounce. So it's in our hands. Pressure's a privilege, I suppose, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Fingers crossed, as the group will try for a 5th before the full-time whistle. Paige Williams sets herself, waits for the overlapping run. She's controlled midfield really well in the second half. Williams has been a bit more rampant in spells, but some of those balls out wide.
Yeah, she's been brilliant with those passes out wide.
Just to keep Leeds ticking over. Hindle has made a big difference as well, and she gets forward and wins Leeds yet another throw. Yorkshire Amateur Women, just a few minutes left of this cup tie for them to hold on, keep this scoreline as respectable as they can make it. And Hindle looks for an option. Woodruff wanted it to feet. It is to Jess Russo, who has seen more of this ball in the second half. In the last 10-15, and she did the entirety of the first. She's been very, very busy. Another good addition for Rick Passmore. Robson down the line to Suarez Martins. She'll continue her run. Suarez Martins will instead try to float it in. Ellis goes for the header. And second header for Macy Ellis. This time was a lot closer.
Yeah, I think with Macy, she normally plays on the wing, so I think the headers maybe aren't something that we've worked on as much, or that aren't her game. But she's trying to jump up for them, so I'll give her that. But yeah, she normally plays on the wing, so it's a different position for her, but she's done well. She's run for the balls and tried to get in behind. There again, her speed as well, we'll just get her in there. She's absolutely rapid.
Yeah, she gets in. Now can she have a shot herself? Yes, she can. There is the 5th. And Macy Ellis just pretty much takes the game by the scruff of the neck and shows the pace, the fitness,
absolutely,
and the quality. 5-1, Rebecca.
Yeah, nice little through ball from Williams, but Macy Ellis to run onto that and win that is absolutely brilliant. And the composure at the end, she's got a couple of defenders coming into her, and just to slot that one in the smallest gap possible, I think. But she does well. And yeah, it's another goal. There was one coming. I think we needed another one. So it's nice to get another one on there.
Yeah, that's as you say, if you could put a ball-shaped hole in the bottom corner, that would have sailed straight through.
Absolutely,
again, just the injection of pace. We know this is a team lower down the centre-back.
Yeah, she snuck that one in there, hasn't she?
She's had a tough day at the office as really scoring the own goal. She's put body on the line. She's been involved in big tackles, so she's going to be tired. But Alice just made that look like...
Yeah, Macy makes it look easy in our league. She runs past people, and you just think, wow, like... Sometimes she gets caught offside, and I say to her, Macy, you've got like about 10 seconds on me, just keep running, you'll beat them all. Unfortunately, with a couple of leagues below, the speed is going to be unbelievable against them, innit?
Yeah, it certainly is. It was on show there as Leeds
Yeah, definitely.
still look for a sixth. Robson inside. It's a dangerous ball. Kath Hamill again. Safe as you want it. Smart goes further wide. Hindle.
Nice little dink from Olivia there.
Williams is asking for it in the middle. That was where it went, but only as far as Alice, who's been an effective 9 today.
Yeah, she has. Brilliant.
Russo, Suarez Martins at the far post. It's just past that. She just couldn't get to it. You can see it coming. You can see the cross.
I was kind of sticking my head out there to head of that. I was nearly there.
She deserved it as
Yeah,
well.
she did. She's, like I say, Sandra's been absolutely brilliant. She's been absolutely class this game. So she did deserve that goal.
Yep.
And now we're finished.
A real shame. A real shame that she couldn't finish that goal, but it's still a convincing performance from Rick Passmore's side in the West Riding County Cup. And goals from Russo. Own goal. Russo's been given it, we believe. Could well have been an own goal here, but Russo gets the credit. Brown with a hat-trick. Ellis with a 95th minute. Fozzard got what was in the end a consolation. So progress for Leeds in the West Riding County Cup. They've got other cup games, League Cup games to come. We'll be back on LUTV next Sunday. Again, thank you very much, Rebecca, for giving your time today to help us out.
Thank you for having me.
Been a great help, and as again, if we don't speak to you before the operation, then the best of luck with that.
Thank you very much.
So that is all of us, and all from us this afternoon. Join us again next week. It's finished here, 5-1.
Yeah, I want to shake that.
Yeah, that's what it looks it to me, because I thought on you.
Come on,
Relax, there's me. Turn me.
Oh, ball! Yeah, go on, Jess, you're in!
Relax,
What a
relax,
ball that is.
relax.
Oh, it's in! Oh, well in, Jess! Yes!
That's pocket. Yeah! Talk to each other! Record, I think. This is a record. Yeah. You've been sat down. You're in. Come on, Brownie! Oh! The guy, he's walking away.
Yeah, he just walked away from it.
That's Sandra! Go on, there's a gap.
We had to tell her to.
Stay, drop, delay! Stay, drop, delay! Turn, move the ball! Quicker!
That's it.
Oh, good run, Jess.
One,
Go on, Jessie.
one.
Yes. What's
Travel, travel. Stay out of the way! Don't go in a pocket.
Now, pick your pass. Finish it.
In behind Sam, ball watching.
Sam. She's going to beat it. Just get a tackle in. Someone. Oh, come on, Izzy.
Deej again. Just get at her. Get
Go
out
after
away,
Jess.
That's her pocket. Relax and shoot. Relax
Shoot,
and
Jess.
shoot.
Great ball, that. That's a great ball, that. Oh, looky.
Go to the ball, Sandra. Man on me.
Come on.
Right wing.
Please, well done. Is it
Yes.
good one?
Trouble.
Trouble, Jess.
Go on.
Go on, Paigey.
Cross the goal.
Cross it now. Oh.
Yes!
Hey, well done, Abby.
Come on.
Well done, Abs. Go, Paige.
Well done.
She all right?
Please go forward.
And because of that space is mine.
Win it.
Oh.
Win.
We're going to go get it. Good, Sandra, well played. Good.
Now it goes in.
That's a good
Attack
ball.
it.
Now you win the header.
Oh,
No, win the header.
come on, here's Eddie. Head the flipping ball, for God's sake.
No,
somebody.
you've got permission to score.
Oh.
Go down, Ray! Bottom corner. Sums up. Good, Sandra.
Yes!
Get an angle again, Danielle. You can have it again, Danielle. Danielle.
Yes, there you go.
Danielle.
Come on,
You in, Sandra?
yes.
You know, as Dean's looking.
Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, Jess, that's not.
Oh, no.
She is winning there. Man on!
Oh, yes.
Yeah, go on, you're in, Paigey.
Don't let it
Go on,
turn you,
Paigey.
Paige.
Well done, Rach.
Back stick if you want to close it up. Not sure about that touch.
It's it.
That's a goal.
Oh! Windmill expression then. It's like a
Get
windmill.
at her, please get at her, please get at her.
That's it.
Oh. You can get into it. There's your challenge. Should you choose that six?
Hat trick. We want a hat trick.
Okay.
on, Jess, go on, Jess!
Yes!
Oh! That's the game! No! Yes! Ready? Jess at the post again. Come on, Jess! Sandra!
Go on. Start it, Sandra. Start it out, Sam.
Keep it there.
Ooh, keep it in. Box cross. It's all right, Kate.
Go on, Mace!
Finish.
Yes!
She'll come over. She'll come. That's what we must do.